I'm gonna move it. Orange,
Second.
Orange, Orlando, Florida, come get them.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Number 3, secondhand dealer's license application.
That's Eric
Eric
Haugen.
Haugen.
Eric's here, come on up, have a seat, Eric.
Eric L. Haugen.
Just take over, huh?
Well, if you're looking.
But there was no name on the jacket, that's why.
Same shotgun.
I suppose I should know what it is. Okay, Eric, you got a store on Beecher?
Yes.
And,
Mr. Chair,
go ahead.
you have the existing business there now?
I opened up the 15th of this month.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm just trying to, well, this isn't the corner. This is 7415
74.
West Beecher.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay, I can picture that.
kind of like right in the middle of the block there.
Yeah, on the south side of the street.
Yes.
So that's your district.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, the reason why we call the in is that when people apply for the license, we do a police report on them. And look into the police report came back with a lot of things on here. Have they done everything as far as all the inspections and everything?
Yes,
on it?
everything passed.
And everything passed. So it all based on this license.
Mr. Chair,
Oh,
you're familiar with the, so he's gonna be on NewPers, right? For anything you buy? Yeah?
In Milwaukee, I'm not sure. Do we do that here?
Yeah.
So it's secondhand deal, so
I'm not buying anything off the street. Basically, I'm purchasing from other stores.
well, the
estate
secondhand
sales.
dealer license, that's what this is about.
Yes.
Lets you buy things from people who may come in the door, right? That's what this license is about?
secondhand, usually
And you say,
secondhand.
what do you mean purchase from other stores?
Well, let's say a thrift store, estate sales, auctions, things like that. That's how I normally acquire my items. So,
See, the concern is that sometimes this kind of business is a front for people who fence stolen goods.
gotcha. Yeah.
Okay, and I guess I won't say the extreme cases, but you think about a pawn shop. Okay, essentially everything they sell, someone brought in the door. I understand maybe your business model is a little bit different,
Yep.
but I think it puts a. So, is this typical for this kind of business that a police officer might come in there and say, "I'd like to see proof of legitimate sale of this item." So when you buy something at, I've been to auctions. I've sometimes bought everything in the room.
Yep.
And that's what the receipt says, contents of room. So how do our police then check for, if let's say a stolen item shows up in your store on your shelf for sale, are you gonna know where you got it from?
Yeah, I have receipts for everything that I do
It
purchase.
says contents of room, you're gonna say, well, I bought this room, now we're gonna go back to that guy.
Yeah, that way.
I guess that's my concern. I think the whole purpose of the NewPers system is for us to kind of get a good handle on secondhand goods in the marketplace.
Okay. Well, if somebody would come in the store, I'd have to get all their information, their driver's license, name, address, the whole 9 yards, if that would happen. But my,
But your regular business model is not going to be that. Okay. I just don't understand.
resale and oddities, so.
Okay,
So what's, Mr. Chair, if I could just continue, what is our requirement for a store like this?
We have the license that applies to sports memorabilia. A ton of stuff falls under the license, so it's not all pawn shop and only that front. I can say that
Mhm.
in terms of our requirements, it's only what the ordinance requires, and I'd have to look it up. I'm like,
Well, like my concern is, because it's happened to people in my neighborhood. Something got stolen, and I said, first thing I say is, did you report it to the police? Well, it was only what I'm looking for in the pawn shop. Well, first of all, if you report it to the police and you have proof of ownership and a serial number and all that, it gets put in the system and it won't show up. But it still might show up at your store because do you buy stuff at rummage sales?
That I do.
Yeah. You know,
He would have to enter it in the numbers.
I mean, and the Nooper system, and we were just conversing, is managed by store owners. That stuff gets put on. Is that
Yes.
something he's using, or
well, is he required to put is he required to have everything on his shelf listed in Newpers? I guess that would be my question. It would be problematic for his business model, but it sounds to me like it would be the appropriate thing to do. Not trying to make this into a marathon meeting.
No, I'm relating to it with you get the secondhand jewelry license, anything you buy off the
Right.
street. But I don't turn around and sell it. I used to, just either scrap it out or, usually scrap it out. And but that's different because that's the public coming in and buying it.
Or selling it.
I'm sorry, selling it.
Yeah, yeah.
As far as, and that's the only thing that I can keep track of. Anything else I buy for inventory or make for my inventory, I don't.
You don't know.
You
Yeah.
know, I that doesn't go on the
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
So it's only stuff I buy. So,
But he's not making anything. He's
right.
buying stuff at various sources. I understand that.
Well, but how is that different than buying it? Well, just that they're used.
Yeah. He's more a store that sells used items. I think is more likely to have stolen goods than a store that sells only new items,
Right.
unless you're stealing a whole truckload of crap.
so we have
I'm not.
our I was just saying we have our ordinance 915, and then we also have the state statute. Let me look at that one real quick too, and see if there's anything additional as a requirement.
And I guess beyond that, I think the reason that you were called in here is because of your history. You have, I'm looking here, and it was some time ago, but there was a charge that included possession of burglarious tools. It was in 1991.
That was carpentry tools.
Yeah.
I worked for Castle Builders at the time. I made a shortcut through farmer's market, and I was stopped by the police. That was the work pouch all. I mean, with screwdrivers, a hammer,
Yeah.
Stanley knife. They charged me for a concealed weapon for a Stanley knife. so it was just a screwy scenario with that one.
I'm going to guess that's why we called you in here today.
Okay.
Yeah, because when the
Well,
staff sees all that under the, they're usually calling in. So, but as far as how many of these licenses do we have out there?
I don't know.
And
At least a dozen.
And most of them don't come in front of us.
No,
No.
only
No.
background checks.
So
Mr. Chair, I move approval.
you have to make a motion for approval.
Second.
Okay. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Yeah, thank you. Just make sure
Okay,
you don't have
thanks.
any stolen goods in
Yeah,
your shop.
and-
That
and
was
no-
the whole point of our whole discussion.
and no
here.
more carpentry tools.
The best,
So now.
the best of your.
So he's going to have to comply with all of our ordinances and all the state laws regarding this. So I mean, it's up to him to do that. And if the officers come in and find you're not complying with those obligations that you have for running
Well,
this
so
business,
is he obligated to have everything in his inventory
I don't believe
listed in
any-
Newpers?
I don't believe any of the companies are.
Okay.
That's only if somebody would come to the store, sell me something.
Yes.
Then I keep record of all that.
Right.
Your driver's license number, his name, address. all
Well,
that,
I
what
mean,
he
are you
sold.
familiar when we say Newpers? That's the Wisconsin
I am familiar
pawn
with
registry
it.
system.
Yeah.
So it's a computerized system.
Okay.
So it's no longer a piece of 8.5 by or a note card right or anything. So
All right.
sorry. if I'm-
Like we
sorry
used
if
to.
I'm-
We used to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're good to
excellent.
go. Tonight's action goes to the council, which will be next Tuesday
Okay.
at 7 p.m. and yours will be approved.
All right, great.
I
Thank
assume.
you very
And then,
much.
then licenses will be available for pickup the next day between 10 a.m. and say 2 p.m. and then they'll go in the mail to your address of record if you don't come pick it up.
Okay, so that's next.
Next,
Tuesday's when the
next
council
Tuesday,
votes on
we're
it.
just the committee, the whole council has to vote on it.
All right. All right, thank you.
Okay, John Mikowski. But you're wondering why you're here. Okay, why are you here?
An incident in July. I hope. I hope it's not more.
Were there others?
Yeah.
No, that's what I've.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason we're calling in, because we constantly get out, granted, there was a guy in your parking lot, but we constantly get this heavily intoxicated and everything, and you know, I personally know that it's hard sometimes to tell how drunk somebody is, but when an incident happens and that person is that intoxicated, you would think that someone would have caught something and stopped them ahead of time from serving them, and because as Marty always points out, it's against the law to serve somebody that's drunk.
Right.
And so we're calling you in, just trying to bring it to your attention that you have to watch these things, and
Absolutely.
a little bit better and everything. So,
Absolutely.
anybody else have anything? No. Do I have a motion?
Move to place on file.
Second. That was.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Okay, thank you. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
Hitesh Patel.
Patel.
Hmm.
Sure you're not Hitesh Patel? So, Mr. Chair, on this one, we're gonna give them another chance to come in, and then what do we do? If
If they don't come in because someone's complaining?
I know they're transferring their license too. Does that change anything?
Well, no, this
Or is this-
is, they said they're gonna close they're transferring the liquor store license.
Yeah, right.
They're not
That's
they said
not-
their plan is to change the bar eventually.
Thank
But
you,
they're-
Marty.
but they
You're on
haven't-
top of it.
They haven't done that.
Yeah.
They're not doing that, I don't think. Nothing's happening with the,
Not yet.
okay. Yeah.
You said about 8 weeks. I thought I heard.
Okay.
So,
I've seen some of these complaints where it's for not showing up or not complying with the request of the body, so.
Well, I understand, I believe Solomons faced that in the city of
Yeah,
Milwaukee,
isn't
a
that-
closure,
Something.
so.
yeah, so we'll just hold it and give them a second chance as we usually do. Nicole Hoffenmeyer. Okay, Nicole, let's see, we have a new application, a Lucky Chance. Okay, and, I need to put down 2 retail thefts on a paraphernalia. But when you go through your record, it's a lot worse than that. Disorderly conduct, a couple of disorderly conducts.
Made quite a few mistakes when I was young, hung out with
Well, we're
The wrong
talking
people.
a little over a year ago, year and a half ago.
a year ago. Should have only been retail. stuff.
No, that was the year and a half ago was disorderly conduct. That could have been when it was in court. It might have happened.
It was in West Dallas, and the date is February 8th of 2015.
Oh yeah, my dad and I got into that, but that should all be dismissed because I did the.
Yeah, these are
No.
not
Okay.
just convisions, these are arrests
Okay.
also, so.
Yeah,
Well, these
that was a
already-
family feud that the
If it's
police
dismissed,
shouldn't
they
have been
usually put it
involved, but they
in,
were.
Well, from 2005, it was dismissed in 2004, but the other ones are all here, and you didn't write them down. And that's one of the main reasons why you're in here.
I'm
And then-
sorry, I wrote down what Greenfield printed for me when I got my Greenfield bartender's license, which is.
Yeah, that's Greenfield. Those guys, they don't know what they're doing. But it says, "Have you ever been ticketed, arrested, convicted, or fined for any violation?" And so we want you to write down everything that you have on
I
there.
really, really honestly thought I had. I mean, I'm 5 months pregnant trying to make my life right, and I have an autistic child, and I'm only able to work 8 hours a week, and
So,
this is
but-
it.
But the thing that bothered me though is the disorderly conduct a little bit, because we always want you to cooperate with the police and everything, and
I completely
And so-
cooperated. That was my dad and I got no physical
that was
altercation,
that wasn't me. Okay.
and
And you're gonna be working at the Lucky Chance.
That used to be Patty's R&R.
Oh, right.
Smoking
Used
Joe's.
to be Smoking Joe's, yeah.
Smoking Joe's.
That's right. So, we just need you to write everything down. Does anybody have anything? Do I have a motion?
I'll move for approval.
Second. So you heard that the license will be, so you don't have your license right now?
I have my temporary.
Okay, so it'll be voted by the whole council, it'll be next Tuesday.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
And I want to point out to you before you go, if you're in call the police if there's an issue.
Oh,
If you're thinking, should I call the police or shouldn't I call the police? The answer is call the police.
Of course.
If you ever think, should I or shouldn't I? And you need to be a good witness. You need to work with the police. The police have to come. And yeah, make sure you're IDing, that you're a responsible server. Those are the important things we look for.
Luckily, I'm only there during the day for a few hours, so I usually don't even get much people. But
Okay.
it's very unexciting.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much. You have a great night.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Okay. Stephanie Shea. Oh, Stephanie Shea out there.
No call, no letter?
See, this is the first request, so we'll hold her again. Then we have Abigail Sendelar.
That was her second time, right?
This is her second time.
She's got a bunch of
And
a
this-
whole history here.
This is the one that used to own the 58 bar.
Yep, used to run the 58 bar,
58,
and we had just a
58
constant.
and Mitchell that we had in here. We had all the problems with garbage and everything. And
So,
her history here.
Which
So
one was she? She the owner or she?
I don't think she's the owner. I think
She's a
she's the
man.
person that was running it.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna move for denial based on 2 non-appearances.
Second. And that was, okay, 8.
Do you have any further discussion?
Yeah.
All in favor?
I
Anyone opposed?
Remember that.
Yeah.
much longer lists.
Obviously Gary Johnson's not here either.
He's running for president.
Yeah, he is. He missed the debate last night.
Yeah, he was
Debate?
Yeah, there
What?
was one. Yeah, right.
This is a renewal. Well, he's in the middle of his license. Wait, renewal.
First.
This is June 17, July 15th to June 17th.
He had a third WI pending,
Yes.
Oh.
and it was satisfied. It was settled, and he was found guilty.
Yes.
So I talked to him. He's not going to appear.
So
So he surrendered his license?
I asked him to write a letter to surrender it or non-renewal, but he hasn't yet.
you want us to? We'll just hold this then until we get the letter.
Yeah, but what if he doesn't get the letter?
Well, then next time we'll move for his son's complaint. Or should we do it now?
Is there,
We can just do it now.
is there an easier way to do this? No.
He
No.
has a license currently,
Yes.
and he's applied for renewal of his license.
Well, no,
No,
not
this
really.
license runs till June.
He had
of
two,
next
he had 2 OWIs. He just got
At
another
that
one.
time, yeah.
Right.
And we had warned him, if you get another one, we may be taking your license
So,
away from
okay.
him. So he's
So
in the
his
middle of
was-
his license right here.
But
it's
he
not
never
renewal.
received that license.
Oh, he physically doesn't have this?
No,
license?
you never voted on that.
Oh.
You were waiting for the outcome. So as
Oh,
of
okay.
last year, June 30th,
He didn't have one.
he doesn't have a
So
license.
he hasn't ever actually had a license.
He's had a license before. This
But he
was a
hasn't had it
renewal.
before.
His third
Oh, this is for when he tried to renew it
Yeah,
last year.
we said we'd hold it.
Yeah.
So,
I
do you know,
see.
so is he bartending somewhere where he's a extra, we don't know?
No, I don't know.
Because he was in on the 15th, so okay.
So he doesn't, so I'm gonna move for denial based on the record.
Second.
Or do we have to do a summons of complaint because he has a license?
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
He
He
does
didn't
not.
renew it.
Right, just simply because.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would agree. If I find out otherwise, I'll let
Yeah, 'cause I.
everyone know.
Okay, who made the motion, sir? Marty, and who second?
Second route.
Okay, do you have any further discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? This
Okay.
thing is just, hanging out.
Nice.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
I'm just gonna put it right here.
Good job, Mr. Chair.
I knew I saw it somewhere.
Let's see, wait, we
Oh,
gotta
I thought we
see,
were done.
Hitesh and
Stephanie.
Stephanie. No, they didn't come in.
It's an empty room,
Uh,
The
Alderman.
camera pans the empty audience.
Do you have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody wanna sit here?